Hi, this is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. We are streaming live and we are looking for some loads. I have one guy on Monday in North Carolina and one guy in Waverly, New York. So it's kind of higher fun. Hello. I, uh, and it's kind of usually on a Friday, it's a bit more relaxed because brokers tend not to pay well ahead. So I'm just gonna be looking around, but we're also gonna have the prize drawing for Friday. If you haven't signed up for a list of, it's kind of like uh, sign up form where you give your just your name and your email address, and then we have a drawing every Friday for different prices that we have on carrierdatabases.com, and I'll show you the way that looks. But let's just wait for more people to turn in, and then we'll talk about that, and then we'll do the drawing live. Okay. Let me see, just getting some messages here. Uh, Here is the Waverly, New York guy. I just had an offer on through email for him for this load right here. But it delivers at 1 p.m. the next day, and driver is saying, well, because he's in Waverly, New York, and has to go to Watkins Glen, that's like 40 miles away, he would be around 1 p.m. anyway the next day at delivery in Lowell. And they were giving us 800. I asked for 1,000. He said he could do 900. He thinks that's fair, but it's heavy. Delivers at 1 p.m. So I'm gonna hold off. This is for Tuesday, so we have a couple of days. Now I have to see where this town is. Montoursville, Pennsylvania. So if you click here on Load Connect, it will show you the map. So yeah, he would have to go way down here because he's right here in Waverly, and all this is routes and hills. 220 is okay. This route, I have been on this route myself. It's an okay route. 15 is also okay. It's even better. But we'd rather have something closer here because that Watkins Glen is here, so he would take 86. This is 86, even though it doesn't show. It becomes 17, right? Yeah, 86, 17 goes right here. And this is a freeway, and then he can go here. But it's a salt plant, and whenever I hear Watkins Glen, then I know that it's you're getting salt from there. But anyway, that's as far as him goes. But this guy will be empty Monday morning. He just picked up a trailer here in Grand Rapids, and he doesn't do power only anymore because with power only it was just a mess. There are not that many loads. There are a lot of power only trailers out there, but if you want to go to a certain area, then you're getting limited with time frames, and you will have to go to an area where they have other trailers available for pickup, other empty trailers, and then you also have to make sure that they have loads that are paying somewhat decent out of that area, and then you have to be there by a certain time. So that's kind of in these times it's not fun. So what we did is we picked up a trailer here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Uh, the place is called because they have been very good to me, and I'm gonna make a video about them and what they do. But I can show you if you need a trailer, if you need a good price trailer, and you can go. I'll show you Google Maps. It's called Prime Leasing here in Grand Rapids. So Prime Leasing is right here. Don't these? I know some of the people that left bad reviews here, so sometimes you can't trust it. But I'm not saying they're not right, but I know these guys. I've known them for. I know the owner. I have known the owner for like 20 years. Okay, so it's right here on Linden Avenue, and if you need a trailer, you can call them and talk to them. Now, let me see what's the best rate that we have out of Garner, North Carolina. This one is going. I think this is Washington State here. That's way too far up there. And they're paying $1.30 to California. But California is kind of busy actually. If you look at the market maps right here. So California is very tight. Not all of it. Northern California, not so much. But here in LA, you see supposedly the load to truck ratio is 5.1. Okay. But this guy's right now, he's right here. Okay, so hopefully we can find him a good load out of here, and then maybe keep him in this area. Okay, but we'll turn this off. What else do we have for him? So everything is dollar. Everything that if they specify the rate here, everything, all those loads pay around $1.30, most of them, if you look at it right here. Colorado, Wyoming, man. Texas, $1.37. Wisconsin, we don't want to go to Wisconsin, and this company is bad, just so you know. In my previous company that I owned, they owed me money. They didn't want to pay some of my invoices. And oh well. Let me see here. I'm also gonna, because he doesn't want loads that are too heavy, so I'm just gonna limit them to 40,000 pounds and see what we have here that's not that heavy. 40,000 is still heavy, but let's try to stay under 40,000. Florida is paying $2 per mile right now. New York, Lancaster, New York, that's Buffalo. So it's going to Buffalo area. But out of Buffalo, then that it would be cheap. Sort by RPM. Sort by RPM. Sort by rate. Highest rate per mile. Highest. Emro is suggesting I do that. I sort by a rate per mile. Pocomoke City, Maryland. Monday morning pickup. $900 for 300 miles. So what we see, the best paying loads are going to East Coast, and that's kind of normal. Florida should be paying more as well, but it's not. So if we were to send him east, then we would have to find something decent from up there. Marcy, New York is also up there on I-90. I think that's by Albany, New York. So this is not, well, it's 77 miles. Deadhead, 3,000 pounds, Allen Land. I'm going to email them and see what they say. And then these guys don't have an email, so I would have to call them. But I just don't want to send him to Buffalo. Not yet. So we'll see. He could maybe go to Virginia, but it's too short. We need something with more miles. A full day trip or a 2-day trip, maybe. So if he were to do a 2-day trip, he would have to go maybe to Texas. Yeah, this is it. Let me do another posting just to see. So we could do Texas or Arkansas. Something that will give a mile. Texas. Only southern Louisiana is okay. So maybe Texas or Louisiana. But from here, he's going to have to pick up a heavy load. It's going to be tough finding a light load from here because they have a lot of plastic in Texas and Louisiana. So what I can do is maybe I'll just do Texas and Louisiana for another posting for him. And then we'll see how that goes. So I can switch between them. Garner, North Carolina, Texas, Louisiana, and let's do New York, New York State, and that's for Monday. Van, and wait, let's do 40. Search. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the chat, and I could try to answer them in a little bit here. But let me see what we have here for Dallas, $1.50. Look at that palletized sunscreen. Okay, this guy's emailing me, no longer available. That Marcy, New York. Okay. I didn't like your load anyway. Dollar. Good morning music. And this is going to my city right here. And it's Texas. Does your carrier accept e-log exempt trucks? If you mean my authority, yes, we accept e-log exempt trucks. Yes. Rochester 600. I'm gonna email this guy as well. So here's a little tip from Emro, and I know he's watching. Like just go down and email all of those, even if you don't like the load, and because we are using that load connect extension, and it lets us email. In a someone within a second. All right. So maybe if we go here, there are more loads here. Then we can just email all of them. Okay, email this guy. Even without looking, and then when they send you an email, then you just look at the email, and this way you have a lot of people just talking to you. But we don't want to go to Maine, I guess. Florida, yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, California, no, we're not gonna do that one. But yeah, you know, as they come out with an email, then you just email them. That's it. Hi, Alexander. I guess you're not busy reading all those business books, are you? We were emailing back and forth about some business books. I do have quite a few of them here, and but problem with reading books is that, like, if you read them and you don't implement what they teach, then it's just waste of time. All right, so you kind of have to, you know, try to do those things that they tell you to do. But I guess even if you pick up one thing, then I guess it's okay. This we were talking about this book, Mastery. It's called Mastery, and I remember in that book the author says that if you do something every day for 4 hours, you're gonna master that craft. So no matter what it is, you do it 4 hours every day. In a while, you will be a master at that. Whether it's something, you know, it's sports or arts, you know, music, like playing something, or business, trying to memorize something, even like cold calling carriers. So you're gonna become a master at that, and that is true. That is true. Like, you're just gonna, because you do it every day, all the time. Okay, what about this Waverly here? Nothing new. Now this Pittston, I think Pittston is down by Scranton, Pennsylvania. And at 9 a.m., I guess in 3 minutes we can do the drawing for the winners of this week's prizes. So if you go here and you sign up with your email, I'll just put it here. We can do a weekly drawing. I'll try to make it every Friday, and then try to come up with a different product that we're gonna give away. This time we're gonna give away this product to 3 people, and this is I'll show you right here. This is from carrierdatabases.com. This is our website. Amara and I are adding new products here all the time, and we have downloadable databases, documents, templates, a lot of things. This one here is the one I'm still using. This one, even though it's a spreadsheet, Google spreadsheet. It's very simple, but I'm still using it. So today we're giving away to 3 people. I'm just gonna check my email here, because these guys are they're starting to email me. So Mount Olive, I'm gonna switch to this screen so you can see it. Okay. Mount Olive, North Carolina to Rochester, New York. I guess you can't. Okay, here we go. Mount Olive, North Carolina to Rochester, New York. Pick up 7 to 5, deliver 5:14 at 5 a.m. So Mount Olive, let me see how many miles that is. But it is 39,000. I don't think he's gonna want that. It's probably gonna be too heavy for him. Let me see here. And then I think I got another email. Oh, this is something else. This is something else. But anyway, let's do this. So we're giving away this to 3 people, and I already have these guys' names in this fun, colorful wheel, and all we do is click on the wheel, and I got my list right here. It's ready, so I can I can email this right away to the winners. Let me see. I have their names and their emails right here ready. I have my email ready, so I can just send it right away. Okay, let's do it. So we have 11 people. 3 people will get the all-in-one dispatching tracking spreadsheet in their email. I know it's not a lot, but it's I think it's a fun thing to do. So let's start with the first one. All you do is just like you click here and start spinning randomly. And we have Muhammad Jalal. No, Tanisha Williams. Okay. Yeah, cool. This is fun. Oh, man. All right. So I'm just gonna include her right away in this email, so we don't forget. Copy, and just gonna put it right here. Okay, she's there. Okay, so we're gonna remove her from the list now. Come on. And we're gonna do another one. Here we go. Muhammad Jalal. Okay, well, see, now it worked. Now it's you. Copy, paste, and one more. Here we go. 3, 2. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Mark Zender. Yay. Okay. Mark Zender just finding his email. Here we go. Okay. Friday. Prize day. Send. There we go. Okay, and then what's nice about this program, you can go like you can go to results here, and it will show all the names. Okay, well, that was fun. Let's go back to looking for loads. And then, like I said, you can sign up here at the website. I put a link here in the chat, and you can just sign up here. And then next Friday, we're gonna have a different price. Okay. Last Friday we had a all-in-one calling script. This one right here. Okay. All right. And then I was thinking maybe once in a while we can do one of our dispatching courses as a, but it would be maybe, you know, to one person. So just do a whole dispatching course. So I think that would be fun as well. Northumberland, I think this one was there the other day, and I checked it out. It didn't work because it was loading at 8 a.m. Okay, so that didn't work. Let me see. TQL, our favorite broker, is here. Buda, Texas. Texas has some weird city names, I tell you that. Hey, Rise Dispatch. He's active in our Dispatch Insider G-Chat. It's been very active lately. Ryan, how's your day been so far? It's good. It's Friday. It's Friday. Just looking for some loads for Monday and going live here. Just chatting with everyone. I guess no one has questions yet. So maybe later we'll see. Maybe later. All these are short loads. What about this? Yeah, like, do we have anything to Texas? San Antonio? No, I don't think. 20,000. We could call this one. He has to have PPE, personal protection equipment. FRC. OMG. LOL. What does FRC stand for? I have no idea, man. FRC. First, let me Google it. Let me Google it. What does FRC stand for? Fiber reinforced composite. Fiber reinforced concrete. Forward rate curve. False Roman cancel. First robotics competition. Oh man. Can you do training class? I will pay. Omar is asking. We are going to have a new dispatching program, and I want to call it a program. I don't want to call it a course anymore, because this will be a training program where dispatchers are trained live, including the lessons, the pre-recorded lessons that we have. That's going to be part of curriculum. But we will have live sessions once a week at least, and we are going to call brokers live, and I will stay there with you, and I will try to guide you, and because I know to a lot of people that sounds scary if you're not used to it, and you just call random brokers and ask them to give you more money for a load, and you want to sound professional and confident to show that you know what you're doing. You don't want to sound weak and unprepared, because that makes you look like a newbie and not professional. So we want to kind of teach you how to not be like that, how to be prepared when you call, and sound confident, and be prepared for any questions that they may have for you. Like, you don't want to sound like, if they ask you for something and then you don't even know, like, I don't know what FRC is, and they tell you, hey, so we need FRC, and you have no idea what they're talking about. So we want to kind of we want to prevent that. So that's going to be a part of that live training, and of course we will have live questions in that program as well, and other things, not just that. But yeah, that should be ready in a few weeks, less than a month, maybe a couple of weeks or so. So we'll see. So that's going to be the new program that we're working on. Man, these guys are posting a lot of loads to Monroe Township, New Jersey, man. So this one, because like they have different weights. This one is different weight. Maybe they do have a lot of loads. I don't know. It's pleasure learning from good books. When I was driving, I was listening to audiobooks, and even now, like when I'm driving here in town in my car, I would listen to audiobooks because I love books. It's just like you don't have time to sit down and concentrate, and then even if you sit down, your mind is someplace else. You can't focus. That's the problem with me. They keep posting this one. This one doesn't look bad. It's 90 miles away. There's a lot of deadhead for this load. Indiana, no, I don't want to send him here to Indiana, man. We want to keep him down there in South, I guess. What about this one? TQL. So this would be 800 miles. It doesn't have the weight. It's 1 pound. That's a pretty light load, 1 pound. Cayenne. There you go. I pronounced it. Sometimes if I don't know how to pronounce the city, I would call them. Yeah, I have this load. You have this load from North Carolina to Wyoming. Hello, Ulrich. Thanks for joining in again. It's nice to see all these familiar names that have been following the live stream. Every time I do a live stream, you guys are there. That's really cool. You kind of get to know the person. So I like that. So I'm gonna try to sort this again by rate per mile. See what Albany. Well, this is not bad. This is not bad. Let me call this one. Because why not?
Thank you for calling CBT. If you know your party's extension, dial it now, or for dispatch, press 1. For accounting, press 2.
It looks like an older company. It has an older MC number here. So they used to pay 18.
Hey, this is Deborah.
Hello, you guys have this Sanford, North Carolina for Monday to Albany, New York?
Tell me the reference number on it.
230539.
Sanford, North Carolina picks up on Monday. It is still available. What's your MC number?
1154691.
USORA
Yes.
Express.
Yes.
One pick, one stop. Picks up at 5:30 p.m. on Monday. Delivers on the 14th at 11 p.m. and we're paying $1,600.
What time does it pick up again?
5:30 p.m.
5:30 p.m. and delivers. Yeah, that's a bit late, but thanks for your help.
Hang on. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
This is.
And then he also delivers late. I think she said 11 p.m. That's why they're paying $1,600. Victor Fernandez. According to ChatGPT, FRC is a certification for trailers that ensures they meet international standards for temperature-controlled transportation. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, well, that's for reefers, I'm assuming. Huh, interesting. I'm so interested to learn that program. Please just let us know. Yeah, I will be making a few videos about that, and an introductory video, and just to explain everything to you. So I want to make this more advanced and worth your money and time. When we started, I'm just gonna see what's new here. Chicago. Ooh, man, Chicago used to be a good area. I don't know now, but the thing is same. one of the problems in Chicago right now, and it's kind of we have a same problem here in Grand Rapids. There's just a lot of trucking companies there, and a lot of them are huge. These are huge companies that have hundreds, thousands of trucks right there in Chicago, and it's mostly immigrant owned. Same like here in Grand Rapids. And there are so many trucks there, and it's, I have no idea how been managing so far to cover all of those trucks. And Chicago always had loads. They have containers, a lot of railroad stations there, and whatever they call them, but a lot of containers. When you drive through Chicago, man, it's just containers. Even though it's not a port, it's not a seaport, but they do have a lot. It's a big hub for containers. What about this one? C.H. Robinson, 27,000 pounds. I'm gonna go to their website and check out this load. See what it is, and then might as well. Yeah, this is the camera is inverting the picture, so that's why I can't read it. That's why you used to be able to read it. I had to invert the picture due to technical reasons. I'm gonna do this. Now you can't read it. Due to technical reasons, because the camera is here, and for some reason, if I don't invert it, it shows as if I'm looking over there, and this is not natural. So when I inverted the picture, now it shows me looking here. But this says it's this here is a way to pronounce it. Like if you have dictionaries that have this instruction how to pronounce a word, because in English it's kind of hard. You really have to know how to pronounce each word. So it just shows you how to pronounce it. The DIH and then dispatcher, solving problems since 1920. I made this shirt. It's in my shop on neverstoptruck.in website. So solving problems since 1920. Supposedly, this is in 1920. That's when this profession was introduced. Okay, before 1920, no one knew what a dispatcher was. But then, once the transportation business started taking off, then they introduced a profession called a dispatcher. Okay, so we've been solving problems since 1920. So for 100 years. $14.50 for this load. Pick up at noon. Deliver at 5:30 on Wednesday. How many miles is that? 1,100 miles for $14.50. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. East Coast has a lot of ports. Yeah, East Coast definitely. Baltimore, Carolinas, New Jersey, New York. I've been to some of them. West Coast has a lot of ports too. in LA, there's but like I said, Chicago is just specific. There are some drivers from Grand Rapids here that I know. They used to transport these containers from Chicago to Detroit and Flint because of the auto industry. So they would ship them from Detroit to Chicago, and just put them on trains and take them to ports and, whatever they were doing with them. So it used to be, if you go to I-94, let me just see here, Atlanta, South Carolina, Chicago, that's that one, yeah. It used to be, if you went to I-94 here between Detroit and Chicago, come on. Maps. There we go. Okay, 94. Yeah, right here. So it was just trucks. Like you go to 96 and up here, only if you had to go to Grand Rapids here and deliver something or go up there, then you would go there, okay? But this here was just going back and forth with containers. And when you go to I-94, all you see is trucks. It's just like tens of trucks going after each other, and you couldn't see a car. You were hardly able to see a regular car. It was just trucks, and most of them were containers. But now that's not the case anymore. No. Yeah. Thank you, Rise Dispatch. Like I said, if you do have questions, ask away, because I don't see anything that I could really call this one. Like, I like this one, but it's not even $1.50 a mile. And I understand, since Texas, they supposedly have more loads over there. I understand that they're not gonna pay that much to go there, but a decent rate would be nice. What are your dispatching fees and factory fee is if I choose to lease on your MC? So factoring fees is, that's on the company. You don't really have to worry about factoring fees. That's so, all included in the rate. But right now, what we do is you get 88% from the load. Okay, if you lease onto my authority, if you have a semi truck, you get 88% of the load. So yeah, it's our fees are 12%. And then also right now, liability and cargo is $300 a week, but includes ELD and IFTA. Okay, so if you don't have your own IFTA, we can do that for you, and that includes that. It includes IFTA and ELD. That's not extra, and it's $300 a week, and that's all it is. So 12%, 300 for cargo liability, and fuel. If you want to use our fuel cards with discounts, then you can do that. If you don't, that's fine. But if you do it, then we would obviously deduct that from your settlement. We do have some nice discounts at TN and Petro and Speedway and some other smaller truck stops. TA and Petro right now, they average over 50 cents per gallon. So last week, the average that drivers saved was around 200 a week for the fuel discounts, which is nice. Rise Dispatch, I remember when people leaving near the ports in California were blocking the roads because of too many trucks driving back and forth all day long. Now the same ports are pretty much empty. Yeah, and same thing if you go to New Jersey and Maryland. Same thing. because I used to drive and I would go over there, and luckily I wasn't delivering to those ports because I hated ports. Because you could, in a dry van or a flatbed, you would go to a port and deliver something regular. Other than containers, they have a warehouse and you just deliver there. But it was like you have to either have a, what's the name, escort. You have to have an escort because I didn't have a TWIC card. I didn't need it because I go to a port like once or twice a year. What about this one? Trailer Bridge, Syracuse, cool. I'll email them. You would have to have an escort and wait for them, and they would escort you and wait for them when you go out. All in all, it would take you a few hours to deliver to a port. And right there at the entrance, they had lines for containers and they had lines for other trucks. The lines for containers sometimes were miles long. They were blocking all the local streets and intersections, and you just keep driving past them, past those containers. It's like hundreds of them. And like you said, right now there's nothing. MOD, thank you for the explanation. That sounds good. Yeah, man, if you're interested, my email is in the description of the video, and right here, this scrolling text, you can text me or call me at that number if you're interested in leasing on to us. And what we, I think this guy messaged me back for that load, Greensboro to Syracuse. Let me bring you to that screen. What is it? Mebane. I guess that's foam molds. It's why do all these loads pick up late, man? Why? It's too late. Sorry. And then lately these brokers, when they email, they don't even put a rate in the email. They just give you the load information. So I don't know. Okay. Your opinion on flatbeds? Flatbeds are right now doing much better than everyone or everything else. If you go to tools here on a DAT and you go to trend lines, and then you can see here the flatbed rates currently are the best ones paying right now. So flatbeds, and there are loads for flatbeds right now. There are loads. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but definitely more loads than for a van. And reefer is seasonal and regional, so you have to follow the money. But with a flatbed right now, I guess they're doing better than everyone else. Probably want drivers to drive at night because it's DOT week. Yeah, next week is DOT week. Honestly, when I was driving and even now, I didn't care about that. I only care about the negotiation leverage that you might have during that week, because brokers know that some drivers, a lot of them will not be driving. They know that, and therefore they might be more flexible on giving us better rates. So we'll see about that next week if that's going to happen, because right now there are no rules. But I do expect at least more loads and more loads to choose from. But when I was driving, and even with my trucks, I really didn't care about that because you still have to work, and there is still a chance that you're going to get pulled over even if you drive during a regular week. That's not a DOT week. So there is always a chance that someone is going to pull you over, and you have to your trucks have to be ready all the time to pass DOT inspection, no matter what. And then also, no matter how you prepare your truck, even if they pull you over during other times, they can still find something. If the DOT officer wants to find something, they're going to find something. And it just depends on driver's attitude. You know, if they have presentable logbooks, presentable truck that's clean and in good shape, and you drive normally and you have a good attitude, unless you have something really big on your truck that you know, where they absolutely have to place you out of service, then they will do it, no matter how you are, because they have to. But you can kind of expect that, and your truck should not be driving like that anyway. If there is something on your truck going on that's dangerous, that's going to place you out of service. But I will use what's the phrase? We have this phrase. I'm gonna use this occasion to thank all those drivers that are not gonna be driving next week. I'm gonna thank them because that will make us more money. So thank you for your service. Alexandra, how do you call Chasey? I can't see, like, this heart in my chat here is kind of preventing me to see what's in the brackets here. I'm gonna test just to, Shasia. Yeah, it's same, Alexander. It's same, they call it Chasey for containers. Yeah. Okay. That's what they call it. But that's another, these drivers had to deal with a lot of problems. These drivers that are doing containers, man. Because most of these containers are beat up and old, and they travel the whole world. And when the driver goes there to pick it up, there's always something missing. The pins are not working, the doors are not working, and then the chassis, you also like have to make sure that the tires are okay, that the brakes are okay. They are sitting for months sometimes, and when you pick them up, sometimes the wheels won't even turn. So these drivers, you know, they have to pick two of those pieces of equipment in order to pull a load, and you just have to pray that it's in good shape. And they do have people that work in these yards that fix them. Then you call them, they have to come in, and then you're losing time because you're not paid by the hour. You're losing time. When they come out, you have to wait sometimes for hours. So that's, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to do containers. And these trucks, it's mostly owner operators that actually do these containers, and they like it because usually they can be home at night. But these loads don't pay that well. Usually, you know, if you're an owner operator working for a company, they will, most of these bigger companies, they will pay by mile. And even if they pay by load, it's not a lot of money. So the problem with that is that a lot of these owner operators are driving old beat up trucks, and it's there is a lot of room for these trucks to break down on the road because they're older. Usually they buy them for cash, and that's good because you don't have a payment. And I'm not saying all of them are like that. I did speak to a couple of guys the other day. They were doing these containers on the East Coast. We had a consultation. I had a consultation. Well, they had a consultation with me. They wanted to do this, buy some trucks, and that's what they're doing, containers, and they were brokering them as well, and they had a trucking company as well, and they said that they were making big bucks, and they showed me some numbers, some crazy numbers, but I guess they're working directly with these companies that were paying them for that freight. So they're like the second hand. Drivers are like third or fourth or fifth hand, and they don't get a lot of money for that. But these brokers and then people who are directly involved in transporting that freight, I guess they're making way more money with those containers, because in order to ship a container from here to, overseas, it's gonna be thousands of dollars, $2, $3, $4, $5, $8,000, depending where you ship them, in the world. Looking for flatbed driver. Hello, JVC. How to pre-plan a trip perfectly. I have a video on the channel. I think I have a couple of videos on the channel here about planning your trip. Sparrows Point, that's that same load. I'm talking too much here. Petersburg, Virginia. 40,000 pounds. I'm hanging up the wheel. Been driver for 10 years. Time for me to become dispatcher. Glad found your channel. There you go. There you go. That's what I did. I drove for about 10 years or so before I formed my own company. But what's nice about that is that you do have experience in driving, and you're ahead of others who are looking into this profession, because you've been on the road. You know most of this stuff. You know like 80% of everything. The only thing right now is just to pick up the phone and negotiate freight and work with some of these programs, and that's it, man. You're ready to go. I did step deck, flatbed, reefer, and heavy haul. Wow, yeah, that's it, man. You're gonna be successful, because you learn the hard way. Hmm. Just answering some messages. Here we go. Dunn, North Carolina, East Syracuse. Doesn't have the weight. I'm gonna call them anyway.
You've reached RXO. We provide massive capacity and cutting-edge technology to keep your goods moving. This call may be recorded for quality assurance and training purposes.
Your call should be answered in approximately 6 minutes.
6
Please
minutes. Oh man. I don't have 6 minutes. Okay, what about this one? This one is too far. No, I'm not gonna wait. Thank you very much. I usually wait, but not when I'm live streaming, because the music is bothering me. It's too loud, and YouTube doesn't like it either. What about when I see 2100, I think like $2, 2.1 per mile. But then I see here 142. Nah, that's not gonna work. Ship Ardent. How can I get DAT1 as a dispatcher? Yeah. This is right now. It's the most common question that I'm getting, and the answer, like, there is no answer, man. There is no answer. The only way you could get it is through an owner-operator that you dispatch. If they give you access to that, that's the only way right now. Or if someone else is willing to give you access to their account, but most people won't do it. Will not do it right now because it's just too risky. And they guard their accounts like treasure. They don't want to lose access to their account because DAT has been very strict last few months, and they just don't want to mess with that and risk losing their account. So the only way that I know that's kind of well, not legal, but that I can say here openly is maybe try to talk to your owner operator and ask them to give you access. That's all you can do. Do carriers give access to load board easily? Nah, I don't think so. Only if you have someone that trusts you, that you have been working with for a long time, or someone that really wants a dispatcher, and you explain them the situation and you tell them, hey, this is what it is. I will pay for the account, and or I will give you a better deal on my services, and just tell them, hey, try me out. If you don't like what I'm doing, you can change the password to the account later and you take the access away from me. But just give me a chance. So if this is a nice guy, if they trust you enough, then maybe they'll do it. But it will be tough to talk someone into that, But not impossible. Zdravko Cvjetić, koliko bi koštao insurance? How much would the insurance cost for a box truck in Michigan? It's $15,000 for a year in New Jersey, and only Progressive can do it. Oh man, that's a big topic. If I start talking about that, that's gonna be a while. But I will answer. I'll try to answer the question. I'm just gonna take a look to see if there's anything else coming. I'm gonna email these guys and see what they have. 750 miles, 34,000 pounds. This one, I don't want to send him here. Okay. Just take a look to see what we have here. I think that's all the same loads. I think I'm whispering. Hopefully you can hear me. What about this one? 20,000 pounds. Let me try to call these guys. Give me 1 second, Zdravko. Let me call these guys.
Thank you for calling TS3 Logistics, the solution to your logistics equation. If you are a carrier,
oh, this is
please
California.
Press 1. If you are a shipper, please press 2 to connect with our accounting team.
And then it has a funny name too. So Amber and I, we decided we're not working with California brokers anymore, especially the ones that we are not set up. We don't know them. We had an I'm looking at my I'm in Telegram group here, and these guys are just sending weird stuff. So we had an instance 2 days ago with a carrier, no, a broker from California, and I'll explain that to you in a second. I'm just gonna look at this email. I'm gonna bring it here. So they did. Hold on, driver is calling me. Hello. Hey, morning. So it was 5 minutes away. It wasn't actually the address that they gave you. You had to go to a different one. Okay. Well, I'll call the broker. I'll tell him about that. I don't know if they're gonna be willing to give us, at least something, because I usually would count that as an extra stop. It doesn't matter how far it is, but it's just extra stop. So I'll try to get more money out of him for that. But is your load ready? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh man. Well, let me talk to him, and I mean, if it's not ready, I don't think they can make them hurry up. But at least we know as far as the tension goes and all of that. So let okay. Let me talk to him. I'll call him right away. Cool. Thanks, man. Okay, bye. Okay, I have to call the broker for this pickup. So there are two truck. There is another truck. Our owner operator came in second, so they're gonna load the other guy first. But they have two loads, but no loads are ready. Either one of the loads are not ready. So they have to wait, and they also had to send him to a different address. It was 5 minutes away, but still, it's not. So I'll try to get more money for that, and then tell them that we're probably gonna have detention. So I'll call him. But then this load here that they sent me, so Mabay, North Carolina, to delivery location, Forest City, Arkansas. Oh, so it's not in Memphis. It's in Arkansas. Pallets. Where is the rate? There is no rate. I don't see a rate here. Unless you see it. I'm not gonna be nice. Oh, this stick here? Yeah. I'm not gonna be nice. Thank you for the info. Well, that's nice. Why is it so hard to include a rate in the load info. Now, because what's the point? What's the point if you don't give us rates? Seriously. But yeah, I'm gonna call, where is it? I'm just gonna find his load and call the broker. I could email him, but I have time, so I'm just gonna call her. All right, what's the number right here? There was a question here about like what's dispatching, but I really don't have time right now. I'll answer it in a minute because someone got to this live stream.
The number you have reached is not in service. This is a recording.
The
number you have reached is not in service. This is a recording.
888-502-9326. It's not in service. Uh-oh, that's not good. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Is there another phone number? That's weird. That's weird. Boy. Well, I'll try again, because that doesn't make sense either. It's TA Services. That's a big brokerage. It's not... Huh. 888-502-9326.
The number you have reached is not in...
I'll try to find a different phone number for TA Services and see if this load is even legit, man. This is suspicious. Or as the Gen Z would say, sus. Triumph. Go to Triumph and then it will give you their phone number. Yeah, you could also do, you can do that in the AT board. But I'm trying to find a phone number for like a direct broker that we did a load with. Because the email that we got for this load is at taservices.com. So I'm guessing it's a legit email, but why they don't have that, I don't know. But if you go, where is it? Tools and DAT directory, and then we're going to find TA Services here. Broker, TA Services. Canada. Indianapolis. Now, which one is it? I have to find their MC number. Come on. So these are Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama. Alabama right here. Well, let me call them, see if that's right. Come on. There's another phone number right here. Let me try that one. Now I really want to talk to them.
Thank you for calling TA Services. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed. To use the dial by name directory, press 9. For accounting, press 1. Press 2 for brokerage. To reach carrier services,
for rate verifications, press 1. For payment inquiries, press 2.
Oh, man.
All other inquiries, please press 3. For a dial...
TA, this is David.
Hi, this is Ennis from Usora Express. I'm calling to verify a load that we booked with you guys. I just wanted to make sure that everything is fine with this load. Can I give you a load number?
Okay, so you're waiting on. Are you? Yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me a load number. I'll get you the right person. What's that load number?
Yeah, 1210988.
All right, it's Crystal Linton over in Texas office. Let me get you to her. Okay.
Is this booked under Usora Express?
It does look like it. Yes.
Okay. If you can transfer me to her.
Sure.
I guess we're good then.
Welcome to TA...
No one is available to answer your call at this time.
Of course.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Of course. Well, at least it's a good load, I guess. So let me email the person here that we... I'm just gonna put it right here. Okay. So, hello. The driver is at the pickup, but there is another driver for another load in front of him, and neither load is ready. I am informing you hereby that there might be detention. Also, driver had to go to a different location because the one that was provided in the rate was not correct. Can we get a stop off fee for that? Now they're probably gonna ask, well, what's the address that the driver went to? So I will text the driver and ask him for that, so I'm ready. What is Grammarly saying? the Grammarly is saying that I should do this. Okay. All right, send. Now, back to questions here. Let me see if TQL bothered to answer. No, they didn't answer because I asked them like why didn't they include the rate? So the first question that we had was for the box truck. So the insurance for the box truck was $15,000 for a year, which is a lot for a box truck. I'm paying way less for semi trucks. So, but you're new, and you're in New Jersey, so 5,000 divided by 52, so it's $288 a week. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. And in Michigan, I don't know if Michigan would be same or not. I'm using Doyle and Ogden. I will. You can try to call them because they do work with some states. Okay, they do work with some states. This is my agent here. So if you need, here's the phone number right there. So you can call them and ask them for a quote. I don't know if they work with New Jersey or not, but the thing is, you are new, and with the new companies, Progressive is the only, one of the few insurance carriers that will work with new companies. Sadly, Progressive, stay away from Progressive. Progressive will make you go broke. I had Progressive when I started this company for like 2 or 3 months. And that was a bad experience. And I also, sometimes I get these Progressive ads on Facebook, and everyone is complaining about Progressive in comments. When you read the comments on those ads, everyone is complaining about Progressive. And the problem with Progressive is that the first truck, because they gave me a decent quote for my first truck. It wasn't the best quote, but it was, and I understood. I was thinking, hey, I'm brand new, and this is what it is. But then as I started adding new trucks, they kept increasing the rates for new trucks. The problem with Progressive is that unlike most insurance carriers, there is a load in Indiana, Michigan, Decatur, Indiana. I don't have anyone for that load. Most carriers will give you same rate for each truck. So if, like right now, I'm with Great West. Great West is one of the best insurances out there. And, like if you're paying a certain rate for one truck, I know that during this policy period for 1 year, all other trucks that I bring onto the policy, no matter who the driver is or which state they're from and what kind of truck they have, please send me the address for the new address so I can get. I knew they were gonna ask that. They usually ask that. I'm gonna ask the driver, what is the address they sent you to? Okay. So you know that the rate is always going to be same. With Progressive, that's not the case. With Progressive, they're going to come up with a lot of different excuses of why they're giving a different rate for a new truck or a new driver. They're going to say, hey, well, this driver is not in Michigan. So what? Well, this truck is that year. So what? And then my third truck, when I added my third truck, there was no reason. It was an older driver. No, it was actually my brother, and he had no points on his license. Everything was perfect. He's from this state, 15 years of experience, they had no reason to give him a even bigger rate. And they said, well, hey, we just had a rate increase. How you can't, if you're in the middle of policy, like 3 months into the policy, you can't change the rate of the insurance. I mean, I don't think that's illegal. How can you, like, if we agree to one rate for like you in your car, you pay 6 months in advance for your car, or 1 year, and after 2 years they say, hey, we just had a rate increase, now you owe us even more money. And Progressive does that, so don't go with Progressive. Oh man, that's a big rant. I should make a video. You know what? I will make a video about that, because people should know. Don't go with, now I'm talking about truck insurance, okay? I'm not talking about car insurance or homeowners. I'm talking strictly about commercial, okay? Just so you know, so we clarify that. Because Progressive for cars, in my opinion, they're okay. So yeah, don't try to find someone else, man. Try to find an agent that has experience, because I was with a different agents. Well, actually, no, I went directly with Progressive. But these guys, Dole and Ogden, I had a couple of policies with them earlier, before that. And they knew that I had experience. They said, hey, well, didn't you not have a company? Did you not used to drive? Don't you have experience? Well, I do, but they treat it as a brand new company. It's a new authority. They treat you as new. But they said, no, well, you can prove that that you have experience, and we submit all of that. And what I did is I took the last... what's the name of the there is a name for like if you have losses in your previous years in your policy, there is a name. I can't think of the name. Loss something, but you kind of, that's a proof that you had insurance, and then it gives them a history of any claims that you had, and like how safe your truck were and everything, last run, I think it's last run. So I did that, and gave them my CDL, my MVR, all of that, and they presented it to Great West, and Great West was able to give me a much better rate, and I've been with Great West ever since. All right, so I quit Progressive and I went with these. So if you can find an agent that has experience in trucking and that know what they're doing and that's willing to help, all right, and it, because like we're all humans, you catch someone in a bad mood, or they don't, for some reason they don't like you, then they're not willing to help you. But if you run into someone that's willing to help, I'm sure they can help you and find you a better rate, okay? Especially if you have experience. Do carriers give X? The first time I'm listening to Truck Dispatcher. What is this, bro? I'm from Asia and I want to go abroad. So Truck Dispatcher. What is a Truck Dispatcher? I should make a video about that. What is a Truck Dispatcher? This is how I get my ideas. What is a Truck Dispatcher? That's a really good question. I like it. Well, watch my video coming out soon. And I'm just kidding. A truck dispatcher is someone that, like if you see a truck on the road, and that's all you see. You see that big piece of equipment. You see a driver inside, and maybe they're transporting something from somewhere to somewhere. All right. Just gonna take a quick load here. Quick look at the loads. So that's all you see, right? But there's a whole story behind the truck. There are a lot of other people working in that industry that you don't know about because you didn't see them. Dispatchers are one of those people. You can have a dispatcher that's working for a trucking company. For example, this trucking company that you saw on the road is UPS. I don't know. Now, there has to be someone who's planning those loads and who is assigning drivers and tracking drivers and making sure they pick up on time. They help them if they have a problem on the road. And that's what the dispatcher does. Now, in our case, what we do here is different because we work with the spot market. You have a contract market, you could say. You have contracts and you have a spot market. Contracts, UPS might be as well one of those, or one of those big companies. They get a contract with a certain company and they transport their loads, okay, from one point to another. But the spot market, we use these load boards, and there are thousands of brokers. They're called freight brokers, and they get the freight. Like you have a warehouse in your neighborhood, and they have some freight they need to transport, but they don't work with anyone exclusively. They don't work with a big trucking company for numerous reasons. So they would reach out to these freight brokers. Freight brokers have access to these load boards and to thousands of trucking companies, small trucking companies like 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 trucks, okay? They have access to them, okay? Through these load boards, because when they post that available load, we as a trucking company, we see those loads. Okay, so a guy in like in your city, in a warehouse says, "Hey, I have this load that has to go out tomorrow, but where do I find a truck? Like, how do I?" And they reach out to this broker, and broker has access to all these trucking companies. Just tell them, "Hey, I have a load. We're in Mount Olive, North Carolina. This load has to go to Huntington Beach, California. You know." And I'm paying $4,000 for this load, okay? And the broker says, okay, well, let me quickly make $700 here. I'll post the load for $3,300, and these trucking carriers will call me and say, hey, you know, can we do this load? And then I might want to negotiate. I would say, hey, can we get more money? And, you know, sometimes they will negotiate, give you a better rate. And that's what a dispatcher does, okay? And then I book the load. With that broker, they send me a contract. I fill it out. They check out my company. I check out them, and then I send it to my driver, and the driver goes, picks it up and delivers it. So that's what a dispatcher does. Okay, and if they have a problem, they call me. Like this guy that just did, the load is not ready. He had to go to a different pickup location. Then I have to go back to the broker and tell them about it. Then the broker will go to their customer. Then the customer will go to the shipper. It's a process. What else do we have here? Ahmed, okay, well, I don't understand this. You have to build trust. There you go. How can I build trust without working with them? Oh, he probably means the carriers. Yeah, it's tough to start. Like anything you want to do, like in the beginning, it's going to be tough. I'm between devil and the deep sea. Oh, that's not a good situation to be in, Ahmed. I don't know what that means. It must be an expression from where you are from. Sir, can you provide update on market conditions? Yes, I can provide an update, and everything is falling down. Everything is cold. It's blue. Okay, we just looked at it. We looked. I'm gonna let this load. Everything is blue in the markets. Blue is bad. Okay. That's the thing, brother. They barely trust foreign dispatchers. Now, I've been dispatching for more than 3 years. Okay. Best options to work with. What's the nature again? So they're just chatting between themselves. I'm looking for a question for me specifically. Morgan Jones. Koje bi stvari najviše gledao da treba sad negdje da se zaposliš? What things would you pay attention to if you were to get employed somewhere? Morgan Jones is asking. Well, I'm assuming you want to get employed as a dispatcher. Here are the markets. They're blue. Okay. These are the outbound loads, and that's what I like to take a look at. Current day is still not correct, but it's almost similar to yesterday. Okay, so right here on the right you have the current day. This is for drive-in, by the way, and on the left you have a prior business day. But if you go to prior 8 days and maybe change this to prior business days, because this is more accurate, you still see you still see it's almost the same. All right, you go to prior 30 days, a little bit better. Okay, so it's going down, it's not going up. And they said we hit the rock bottom. No, we haven't hit the rock bottom. You know, if you're getting let me see here. Where are all the loads? 200. Okay, if you're getting come on, 150, 190, 140, 179. If you're getting this as your rate, you haven't hit the rock bottom. Okay, there is still more room to go down. You know, we could go to $1.20. We could go to $1 per mile, to 50 cents per mile. Who's saying that that's not going to happen? That it cannot happen? It could very well happen. Okay, so we haven't hit the rock bottom, no matter what they say. Maybe it will improve. Maybe this is, but we don't know that. All right, there is still room to go even worse. All right. Okay. So what things would you look at in order when? Where was that question? Where is that question? Okay, right here. If you were to look, if you were to get employed as a dispatcher, what would you pay attention to? Well, of course, work is about money. I understand that. But like if someone promises you a lot of money, first, that's suspicious. Okay. If someone promises you an outstanding amount of money, okay, the driver just sent me the address where he had to deliver, and broker, oh, the Emra already answered. Thank you, Emra, because I'm talking here. So first, of course, it's the money, but if they promise you a lot of money, then first, that's kind of suspicious, and second, if it's unrealistic, then you know it's what it is. It's right. It's that. It's unrealistic. And they're probably going to find a way not to pay you that much money, or something is off. Okay. If you offer you a decent salary, okay, that's a good sign. I would do a lot of research about that company. I would ask around. I would do a research on Google, because right now you can get reviews. Maybe try to find someone that works in the company and ask them. When you talk to the boss or to the manager, you can see how they are. You can judge their personality. You know, if it's a good person, then you know they're telling the truth. If you see something shady, a lot of promises, you know, a lot of ego in that person, I would be careful. But as long as you can work in a healthy environment, if you have a good management, that reflects on everyone. Good management reflects on all the employees, the culture in that company, the atmosphere, the general atmosphere, and the way they do business. Okay. If you have a bad management, they're going to expect you to cheat and lie and do their dirty work that they don't want to do. And there is a lot of that in trucking industry, where the owner or manager, you know, they get to that point and they're like, hey, you know, I'm going to have this one guy that does all the dirty work for me, or 2 or 5 of those guys. So if you think they're going to have you do that, don't do it. So I would just look for a healthy atmosphere and good environment. As long as you you know, people are friendly to you, and they don't expect you to do bad things, I would stick with that company, even if the salary is average, okay? Because, you know, I don't want to justify, you know, good money with my, you know, some people will find a lot of excuses to cheat, to change the rate confirmations, and if they book a load for 2,000, they might, you know, give it to owner operator for less money, and you know, it's all in your head. If you try to justify that with some excuses, then you're gonna sleep better if you don't do that. Okay, so you may be making some money like that, but at the end, you know, for the peace of mind, I would just not do that. I would not work in that company. Okay, but it's up to you. Okay, other questions? Other questions? Do we have other questions? I want to know what is a dispatcher. Yeah, I think I answered that earlier. Come on, brother, you're slow. Unless you check the MC history and then make a call, the load will be gone if it's good. Well, this is a show. This is not like I'm trying to interact with people here and answer questions. It's Friday. I'm looking for next week. So I'm not in rush. I'm not looking for someone that needs a load right now. Okay, so it's kind of relaxed. Plus run. Yeah, there you go. I was trying to find that word. Sometimes, you know, progressive quote 14,000 a year, Great West 7,000 a year. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So how did you get MC authority? Because you own truck computer, because you used to be a driver. What's inbound and outbound? Let me just take a look here if we have any new loads, because this guy is for Tuesday. So this is for Tuesday, and unless there is a really great load, this load has been here the whole time, and they emailed me. The driver said take it for 900 because they offered me 900, but I'm just gonna wait and see if there is a. And this guy is still here in Grand Rapids. He's still not even loaded. They haven't even started loading him. So I am looking. If I see something good, I will book it, you know. But there is really no rush right now, unless something really good comes out. I think, did I email these guys? I think I did. Well, I'll do it again. How did you get MC authority? Because you own trucks or because you used to be a driver? Well, if you ask why I got it, it's because I wanted to work for myself. How did you get it? Well, it's easy to get MC number if you're in the United States. You do have to live in the United States. I'm assuming you are. All you have to have is a truck, and it doesn't have to be your own truck. It can be someone else's truck that's willing to lease under your authority. It could be a box truck, or it could be a semi truck. So if you have someone, or if you know someone, or if you advertise and try to find someone who has their own truck and they're willing to lease onto you, then it's very easy to start an authority. You do need to have some money to start it. For the it's $300 to get the authority, around $50 for the BOC, but you do have to have a down payment for that first truck, and it usually goes out of your pocket. You will collect it from the owner operator eventually, so you know technically they're paying for it, but you have to use your money to pay upfront for that, and that's gonna be like between 15 and 25% of the annual rate, and this guy was just saying like 15,000 a year. So 15,000 a year, that's like if you do 20% down, that's like $3,000. Okay, so you will have to put down like $3,000 for the down payment for the insurance. Okay, so that's how you can get an MC number. I know when you say you have to have someone that's an owner operator that's willing to lease on to you, and that sounds, I make it sound easy, and it's not easy to know someone like that. Most of us started with our own trucks. You buy a truck and find a company driver, or you have a friend or a relative that's already driving, and they're willing to come to you. So that's kind of specific. Okay, you have to have someone like that, or you buy your own truck, buy a cheap truck and start like that, because most people started with cheap trucks. Okay, what is inbound and outbound? Inbound in here in market, where is the market? Yeah, inbound is all the loads that are coming into that state. For example, they say we have 1,000 loads coming into Michigan. That's inbound. But we have 200 loads coming out of Michigan. That's outbound. Can I get MC number without having a truck? No, you can't. You absolutely cannot. There are ways to do that, but they're illegal. So I'm not going to talk about that. And I don't think you should do that anyway. What's the point? Right? What's the point of having your own authority and paying for insurance if you don't have a truck? Okay. But anyway, you also have to live here in the United States. You have to have a legal address and legally reside in the United States in order to have your own MC authority, whether it's a trucking company or a brokerage. All right. Yeah. I was thinking of starting something where I help people start their own trucking company, but I just don't have time to get to that, because I'm pretty sure like there are these companies where you pay them a lot of money to do that for you. Okay, you pay them a lot of money, and it's really not that hard to start your own authority. All you have to do is have some money to put as a down payment for that insurance and have a truck. Okay, but other than that, it's not hard to apply for authority and to get it. And most people don't even want to mess with that, and they would pay a couple of $1,000s to someone to do it for them. And I understand that. I didn't do that when I was starting my own authority. I did everything myself, both of them, because I started 2 authorities, or actually 3 with my brokerage. So I'm thinking of, doing something like that, but it's not going to be even close to $2,000 or $2,000. It's going to be way less than that, because we can do, if you book a phone call with me, we can do everything over the phone in maybe 2-3 hours. In 2-3 hours, we can finish it. We share the screen, and I do it with you, and that's it. The problem with Progressive is in New Jersey and New York. Progressive is the only insurance company that provides insurance to Sprinter vans and box trucks. I have been with them for 2 years, and in September I'm going into the 3rd year. If I am not the 100% owner, I can't hire anyone else to work under my MC number. Literally, you can't even, what's the word? Expand your company. Man, I'm good with this live translating. Yeah, so the Progressive is the only insurance company over there. Huh. Yeah, that's these states in the East Coast, man. I don't know. They are very strict. Like, California and New Jersey, New York, they're very strict. I don't know. And you should move to Midwest here to the country. Yeah. Actually, I did have like few years ago, we had my cousin and her husband. They came here to visit from New Jersey. They lived in Newark, New Jersey, and it was like downtown. And oh man, and they came here to visit, and within few months they moved, and they're still here. They still live here. They loved it here in Michigan. What are your thoughts on buying a used semi truck? Is it worth it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking into your first truck, don't buy a brand new truck, especially right now, because they're very expensive. And if you're gonna put a driver in it, like a decent used truck would do it. Right now, drivers don't want old trucks because they have they have choices. But doesn't have to be a brand new truck. Because brand new truck, if you finance it, it's gonna be $3,000 a month every year, plus the physical insurance, plus the liability and cargo. That's gonna be a lot of money, and you're not gonna be able to make any money in these markets. Right now, you can get a decent truck for like $40,000 or less. With 500,000 miles or less, maybe even like 400,000 miles. So like 30 to 40,000, you can get a decent truck right now. The only problem with these newer trucks is that stupid DEF system and the DPF, the filters, to save the environment. So those are the biggest issues with them right now. Yes, Ravko, call them and see if they work with New Jersey, because when I spoke to them, they said that they don't work with all states. So yeah, they're nice people. But anyway, this is it, I guess. This is it. We've been live for like 2 hours. Wow. I'm just looking at the loads casually, just seeing if something nice is gonna pop up. Yeah, my truck is currently in the shop because of issues with DEF. Oh man. Prior to 2006, no trucks had DPF or DEF. In 2007, they started with the DPF filters only, so there was no DEF fluid. It's diesel exhaust fluid. Okay, so they didn't have that system in place in 2007 and 2008. So 2007 and 2008 trucks had a lot of issues with these DPF filters, and then later they started introducing DEF on top of that. So you have DEF and DPF, and ever since, all these trucks have had those issues, and they have been in the shop the whole time, mostly because of those issues. Okay, mostly because of them. It's ridiculous. You can't fix it yourself. You cannot fix it yourself. There is, you know what? I should make a video about that too. Tool for DEF. Okay, there is this tool that you can get. I have to look into it. I can't remember the website, but it's basically like a diagnostic tool. You plug it into your down there into the diagnostic plug connection, and what you can do is you can force region on your truck, and you can delete codes, the DPF and DEF codes. You can do forced region, and it can clear most of the codes. If you're on the road, you need to get back home. So in order to prevent having to be towed or stay in a shop for a few days and pay those big bills, you can use this tool. And this tool is like, I don't know, it's like $500 or something. And you just tell them your specific engine and your truck, you order it, and then you have it ready. I'm sorry, my allergies are kicking in. You have it ready, and then you can clear your codes, and it will let you drive the truck to come home, at least to come home, and sometimes it will even clear the codes, and that way you're all set. You're going to be saving thousands of dollars with this tool, and I'll make a video about that, I guess. But anyway, the problem with these codes is that you can't fix them yourself. All you get is a check engine light and your DPF system or after treatment system light, and it will tell you, hey, there's something is wrong with the truck, and you have to take it to a dealer or to a bigger shop that has the tools and diagnostic tools for that. You can't just bring it to your local guy that does your oil changes. You have to bring it to someone that has the equipment for that, and of course that's going to be a lot of money, and you don't know what it is, and they can tell you whatever, and the problem, another problem with that is that you will go multiple times for the same issue to a shop. You take it one time, and they say, oh yeah, well, it was just like a small pipe or a sensor, and they charge like, I don't know, like $500 or $1,000. And then everything is good. You're on your way. You go out, and then after 2 days of driving, same thing. And then you go there, and then they're like, oh, it's the pump. And you take it like 3 or 4 times within 4 or 5 weeks, and at the end, oh man, now it's something bigger. And you already spent thousands of dollars, and now you have to spend another $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 on that, and that's just like eating all your profits. So that's the problem with these trucks. You have to be really lucky to get a truck that's not gonna have issues. And then some people were deleting these systems. They would take it to shops that did it illegally, and you would pay them like $7,000, $8,000, $10,000, and they would delete the whole system. They would just take it out, disconnect everything, but that's totally illegal. And now you don't have these problems, but if you go to a bigger shop, like you go to a dealer, sometimes they will not even look at your truck because you deleted your system. They're like, we're not even going to mess with your truck. We don't want to work on your truck. And then I know one instance, they reconnected everything. This guy, the owner, he had a driver actually, and the owner paid a lot of money to have the system removed, and the driver went to a shop, and they reconnected everything. That's funny, and they didn't even know. But right now, EPA is suing a lot of these shops. And just here recently in town, there was this one shop, and they have to pay. It's like hundreds. I don't know if it's like $1 million or hundreds of thousands of dollars fine, something like that. And they were even facing jail time. And EPA is cracking on all of those that are doing this all over the United States. So don't do it. Dispatch. Dispatch. Do I have any courses? Yeah, I do. I do have a course right now, but we're working on another one that's going to be available soon in a couple of weeks or so. So if I were you, I would just wait for that one to be, but it's not ready yet, so I can't tell you much about it, but it's going to include live training. In around 2 weeks or so, I'm still working on everything. Everything 80% is finished. I'm still working everything, but I will make a couple of videos about that on the YouTube channel. You will know once it's ready. And then also, if you want to sign up for my email newsletter, I will also email everyone once it's ready. Okay. I don't know yet. I can't tell you. It's just too early. I don't want to tell you something and then later it turns out not to be true. Yeah. The one that we have right now is okay, so we started with $700 and then we went down because of the bad markets and all of that. So it has been running for the last few months. It has been running for $300. The one that we have right now. But this one will include more things like the live training. So it will be more than that. Okay, but I just can't tell you how much right now. There will be an option for that. There will be an option for that. I don't know if it's going to work for you or not, but there will be an option for that as well. I can't. I'm live actually right now. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube. Yeah, and even if I wasn't, I really, like I said, everything will be in the details once everything is ready with the course. Okay. Yeah. Excuse me? Oh, like I said, it will be on YouTube. I will make a couple of videos. I will email everyone. Just make sure you sign up. Go to neverstoptruck.in and sign up for the newsletter. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you very much. Bye. Yeah. Bye. You too. I thought it was a broker or something. But yeah, Muhammad, I just explained why you shouldn't delete it. If you delete it, you can be in trouble. Because in the beginning, for the DPF, if you're talking about DPF, in the beginning, everyone was doing that, but now everyone is facing big fines and jail time. The people who do it, not the drivers. Okay. But even as a driver, you may run into problems if you delete it. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. This was fun. We did some live drawings for the prices that we offer for the, it's right here. So we gave away 3 of these. Go to neverstoptruck.in/live and sign up. And then next Friday, we will give away something else. I don't know yet what it is, but we will give away other things as well. Like I said, thanks everyone for watching. Come back for more. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, like the video and other videos as well. That will help the channel grow. All right. Have a great